All right, so next up, we're going to be taking a look ahead to next season for Oklahoma State. Kind of coming off a weird year last season, made the Big 12 championship, won 10 ball games, but also really hit and miss. Some of the games they lost, really questionable, and got blown out in a couple games. It was like, what is going on here? But made the Big 12 championship, have some key pieces coming back from last season, in particular, Heisman candidate, running back Ollie Gordon, quarterback Alan Bowman's back, and you've got Mike Gundy. That says something. All right, he's pretty consistent. So today we're going to be taking a look at their recruiting portal, their transfer portal, and then taking a look at their schedule next season, kind of predicting how they're going to do this upcoming season. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the recruiting rankings real quick. All right, you should be able to see it on your screen now. All right, 56th ranked recruiting class, 55th ranked transfer portal class. All right, recruit-wise, all right, you've got 1 4-star here, receiver Trey Griffiths. All right, 45th ranked receiver, looks like. Oh, now you got a couple 3-stars. And then you got a couple guys that have signed their letter of intent but haven't officially committed. All right, transfer portal-wise, all right, you got some pieces coming in. Tyler Foster, 3-star tight end from Ohio, receiver from Virginia Tech, running back from Arkansas. So you've got some skill position guys coming in. Then also you've got some linemen to kind of close it out. You know, I mean, offensive tackle, edge rusher, safety. So should be, you know, pretty successful next year because, like I said, they have a lot coming back regardless of what they do in the transfer portal or recruiting-wise. All right, so looking at their schedule, you should be able to see it on your screen now. We're going to break it down now. South Dakota State should be a win. I expect Oklahoma State to be a lot more consistent this year. Part of that is having the same team, a lot of it anyway, coming back. That's room for consistency there. And having the same guys being in the backfield is a really key piece for Oklahoma State. And with Oklahoma and Texas, really, I think the Big 12 is Oklahoma State's for the taking. But that puts you at 1-0 with a win over South Dakota State. Arkansas should be a win. Sam Pittman is on his way out there. Tulsa, that's a win. Puts you going into Utah 3-0. And this 2-game stretch here, really these 3-game stretch right here, is going to be key for Oklahoma State. This isn't easy by any means. Utah, Kansas State, and West Virginia are in my top 4 preseason Big 12 teams along with Oklahoma State. That's a pretty tough stretch right there. And don't be surprised if they lose one of these ball games just because it's a tough stretch. Sometimes that'll happen. You know, when you play the 3 toughest teams right in a row, that's going to wear you down. It's going to come to get you eventually. But the good news is now with the playoff expanding 12 teams, you've got a shot here to, you know, lose a game and then get your get back in the Big 12 championship and then make the playoff regardless. So Utah, you got them at home. I think that's going to be a win. I really think Oklahoma State's better than every one of these teams, but being in this 3-game stretch is not going to be easy, so I think they're going to lose one. But Utah, I think that's a win. Going to Kansas State, this is where I think they're going to get their loss in this 3-game stretch. Going away to Kansas State, never easy. And then Kansas State's always pretty competitive as of late. I think that is their loss. West Virginia, I think they'll beat West Virginia, but it's going to be a shootout probably. Garrett Green and Neil Brown. West Virginia's rolling. So that puts you at, 5-1 going into your bye week. Next up, you got BYU. Should be an easy win. They're down. Baylor, same thing. Dave Aranda coaching on borrowed time. That's an easy win. All right, so that puts you at 7-1. Arizona State, that's a win. They're not doing very good right now. TCU, they're kind of down, actually, after their championship run. I think that – or playoff run, sorry. I think that's a win for Oklahoma State. All right, Texas Tech, I think that's going to be a win. Colorado, I think that should be an easy win. So Oklahoma State, I think, is going to have one loss going into the Big 12 championship against one of these 3 teams right here, Utah, Kansas State, or West Virginia. Should be able to get your get-back game there and get your win and then secure your berth to the playoff. I think Oklahoma State will be in the playoff next year and should be a top 25 team. I think I have them in my top 15 preseason-wise, and then might even be pushing that top 10 if I remember correctly. But those are my thoughts on Oklahoma State's season going into next year. Let me know yours. Who do you think they beat? Who do you think they lose to? What else do they need to do in the transfer portal spring ball-wise to kind of get them over the hump for next year? Let me know. Comment down below. Make sure to like this video. Most importantly, subscribe.